Hi friends, I'm going to do a lesson with you about telling time. This is a clock from my house. It is actually a special kind of clock. It's called an analog clock. Now, a lot of clocks nowadays are what we call digital. Most of your alarm clocks at your house probably are digital. You'll probably see the clock on your microwave or on your oven or stove, and it'll be computerized looking. It's digital. This is actually an analog clock. And the thing about this clock that is really neat, this actually has a battery in it. I've taken it out. The hands, you can see I'm moving them in the back with a little turn knob, okay? Now, when we're telling time, first of all, I want you to notice something. The hands on this clock, I think you can see, are different lengths, okay? This one here that's pointing to the 12 is shorter than this one pointing at the 3. Let me move this around this way just a little bit. You can see it a little bit better here. Now, this short one is pointing toward the 1, and then the long one is at the 12, okay? This shorter hand is called the hour hand, the hour hand. When you're telling time, if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, the 9 is going to be shown with this, let me get it on here for you, with this shorter hand, okay? That's going to be the hour right there. And then the o'clock part is going to be shown with the longer hand on the 12, okay? Now watch how these hands move. I'm moving it with my hand in the back. As that long hand goes around a lot faster. Once it gets up here, back up to the 12, notice that this hour hand, this short hand, moved only from the 9 to the 10. This is 10 o'clock. And then watch that long hand again. It's going around, and then this short hand is not moving nearly as much, not nearly as fast. So here, that long hand is at the o'clock part, and this short hand is on the hour of 11. Let me show you what 12 o'clock will look like. Look at that long hand again. It goes all the way around the clock. And right there, this is 12 o'clock. This would be 12 o'clock noon when a lot of people eat lunch. In the nighttime, it would be 12 o'clock at night, okay? Let me show you another one. Let's look at 5 o'clock. I'm going to have to move that 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 o'clock, and I'm going to have that long hand go all the way back around again to 5 o'clock right there, okay? All right, let's look over here on our board. All right, so I have drawn 3 different analog clocks to try and show you these times, all right? When you write a time, you're going to have these 2 dots in the middle. Those are called a colon. That's what that's called. This first line is going to be the number that is the hour. Now, if I look at this, I've tried to make it very clear. I've got a shorter hand at the 1 and a longer hand at the 12. This time here, we have to find the hour is going to be the number where the short hand is pointing. It's pointing at the 1. So this is 1, and then this is o'clock, 2 zeros. This is 1 o'clock on the hour is what that says. This is how you write 1 o'clock this time. Let's look at this next clock. Notice again, I've got a short hand and a long hand. The short hand will always be the hour. That is the number that you will write or say first. This is actually 9. And then the long hand is on the hour there at the 12 o'clock with 2 zeros. Look at this last clock right here. Again, we've got a shorthand and a longhand. Now you tell me, tell the people who are there with you right now, what number is the shorthand pointing at? The shorter hand, what number? It's pointing at the 6. So the 6 will go here. The long hand is on the 12. This is 6 o'clock. Let's look at this again. This is 1 o'clock, and you have to have those 2 dots. This is 9 o'clock, and this is 6 o'clock, okay? We're going to do a little more practice. Now, I had a hard time at my house finding an analog clock. This is, I think, the only analog clock that I have in my whole entire house. Everything else is digital. Now, wherever you are, we do this in my classroom a lot at school. I want you to close your eyes, cover your eyes with your hands if you're tempted to peek, because I'm going to write some new times up here, and we're going to see if Mrs. Armstrong did a good job teaching everyone. Close your eyes. Don't peek until I tell you to. Don't peek yet. Open your eyes. If you had them closed. Hope you did. Okay, let's look at this first one. Now we're only doing time that's on the hour today, okay? We've got a shorthand and a longhand. What number is the shorthand pointing at? Whoever you're with right now, tell them and let's see if you're right. It's pointing at the 8. This clock is showing 8 o'clock. Let's look at the next one. What number is the shorthand pointing at? The 10. This is 10 o'clock. That could be 10 o'clock in the morning, a.m., or it could be 10 o'clock at night, p.m., but it's 10 o'clock. Look at this one, the last one. What number is the shorthand pointing at? That's right, the 3. 3 o'clock. Now, if you at your house have a clock like this, ask permission before you do this. I have this one that I have just had a battery in it. I just took the battery out, and then I can turn my little knob to make these hands go around and practice telling time. But you need to ask permission if you have an analog clock at home. Ask permission if you are allowed to use it, if you need to take the battery out. And I want you to practice. Have someone move the hands on the hour and you tell them what time it is. And you can even get your little whiteboard out that we put in your bag. Remember, with the clear pocket and that thick piece of paper, that's what that eraser is for, and that little dry erase marker. You can mark all kinds of things on that clear plastic part and erase it, and it'll look just like a whiteboard we have at school, okay? I want you to practice this if you have one of these. Or you can even take a little paper plate and you can make a little clock, okay? And on Friday, when we do our math lesson, I'm going to take a plate and show you how to make a little clock that you can practice with, okay? But you do have a sheet or two in your packet this week that's going to be practicing on this. So I want you to work on it. And have a good day. Bye-bye.